Okay, so right here I have an interior SketchUp file and then also an exterior SketchUp file. And what I've done is I've basically gotten these two files and just did plain simple screenshots like this. And in this video, I'm going to show you how we can take these screenshots into actual realistic, usable, and consistent renders in terms of them being changed and experimented on over time. Right here, we are at gemini.google.com, and in order to activate Nano Banana, we can just click Create Image here, and that will be fine. And then once we attach the image, I'm just gonna go ahead and paste a prompt that I already have written before. And by the way, if you want to see all the prompts and if you just want me to share them with you, please let me know in the comment section down below. And in about 9.8 seconds, which is the average time that Nano Banana actually creates a render, we're going to be able to see this in a very high realistic image. Okay, so now we did get this image out of this screenshot from SketchUp, which is quite nice. However, it looks a bit too game-like or a bit cartoonish, and I think that has to do a little bit with the character of the design of the house itself. But what I would say is add sidewalk and also cars and people moving in the road. And I think once we have some sort of livelihood here, it will help make the image more natural looking and more realistic. But overall, in terms of the lighting, I think it came out looking quite nice. The materials are rendered correctly and it has kept the scale of the exact same screenshot that we uploaded, which is always super cool. We have the shrubs and I think the landscape looks great. I think the background could get a little bit of help, but I think now it looks much better than what it did previously. Maybe you would remove this car and then maybe one of these because it's a bit too much, but other than that, I think this looks a lot better. So I'm just going to download this, and a bit later on I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this image. But in the meantime, I will also go ahead and upload the screenshot that we did from the other interior scene that we had in SketchUp, and I'm going to paste this actual prompt this time. Once again, if you want to see the prompts and if you want to have them downloaded, please do let me know in the comment section down below. So I mean, for going from this screenshot to this image, in my opinion, is just absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this image, how deep and how good color toning it has and how accurate the materials are and everything here. I mean, this is absolutely lovely. I'm going to go ahead and edit all of these in a second. But before we do so, I want to show you something very cool where we're going to move the workflow into synapse.app, which is a new architecture software, which is still in beta mode, which most architects haven't tried yet, but it has some very cool AI features, and by the way, it also has the ability to draw walls and everything else manually, just like any other architecture tool. However, if you actually use this camera tool right here, you can click once for the starting point and another time for the direction. And basically what it will do is that if you click live preview, it will have this area modeled in real scale exactly to what we have here. So what I can do as well is I can also click here and change the focal length to something wider. This might be a bit too much. However, what is very cool to try out here is that I'm going to keep the camera looking this way. By the way, it doesn't detect furniture exactly correctly yet, but we're going to move the camera this way. Let's also lower the field of view quite a bit, and then let's take it a bit to the left, and then I'm going to paste a similar prompt to what we had earlier, and in 9.8 seconds we're going to see this space go from a 2D view to a realistic 3D render in 9.8 seconds without any 3D modeling, which in my personal opinion is absolutely crazy. So as you can see, the only thing which is not fully correct obviously is the furniture placement, but other than that, I think this looks super cool. We can even do stuff like make the windows full height, floor to ceiling. And what I was going to say is that it doesn't yet capture where the actual furniture is placed, but it is fully real scale in the sense of the window size, the wall size, and where it breaks open or anything like that. I mean, this looks so cool. Look how fast it actually made that change. I'm going to go ahead and publish it into the Synapse community straight away. And then we can also do something which might be even more accurate. So I can also add in the prompt here that the dining table is round and smaller to the left of the room, and the kitchen is all shaped attached to the right wall. So Let's see if it actually does something a bit even more accurate. And by the way, if you want to be 100% sure of the structure, one of the best ways to do this is to basically go ahead in the camera and just say, render this space bare white 3D model while keeping the scale and structure 100% as it is. So now it has gotten it a lot better. I mean, this looks quite cool, and it is close to this. Because of the prompt, it has added some sort of hallway there. But I mean, the best way to actually do this is, as I'm going to show you right now, because AI usually behaves best when you go step by step and not fully to the final prompt. And we make sure that the actual scale and structure is there. And by the way, AI overall is a lot better at adding stuff over time rather than removing it after it has placed that. So now it has actually closed off everything, and it looks exactly as the scale that we have here in the 2D floor plan. So we just went from this to this in a few seconds. And I just want to keep in mind that AI is not like a one-click magic solution. It needs iteration. However, it's a lot faster than doing it a lot more manually. So when I started rendering 5 years ago, I thought it was impossible, or I couldn't even dream of something like this, right? So what I will do now is that I will go ahead and do another layer of a prompt right here. I'm going to go ahead and edit this slowly. I'm going to show you how we can actually test out multiple variants and variables and options of materials and furniture and everything else, and also even specific furniture by basically attaching it to the prompt right here. I mean, this is absolutely insane. No 3D modeling, it absolutely skips it. So now what we can say is make the flooring dark stone, right? So we can test one option. Then we can say make the flooring dark herringbone, and then we can say make the flooring light chevron, right? So now we're gonna have 3 different options which are shown to us in 9.8 seconds. So we have the dark stone flooring, we also have the chevron flooring, and now in just a second we're gonna have, the herringbone flooring, in just a second we're gonna have the light chevron flooring as well. What I'm gonna do here is, let's just continue with the light flooring, and I will say make the windows full height floor to ceiling and add curtains. And as you can see, this immediately looks a lot better. What we can do as well is we can say add a painting in the accent wall, right, in front of the camera, right? So now we have a painting there as well. So everything is coming to place slowly but surely. And what we will do next is that we'll go right here. So what we can try instead is we can say remove the dining chairs completely, because as I said, because if we actually remove this, I think AI will have a much easier time just adding something new rather than replacing the existing ones. But let's see how this would play out. So we still have 3 chairs left. So we can say remove the 3 dining chairs. Let's click send once again. As you can see, this is a fully iterative process. So it's not a like done in one click process. I'm repeating this again because I just want to make sure that the expectations of people are correct. Now I can just add the chair, and I can say add 4 chairs like this one surrounding the round dining table. We can click send, and this time it should get the structure of the chair 100% correct, and it should place it around the dining table that we have here. So as you can see, now we finally have the same exact dining chair. So this is a lesson for when AI is not behaving correctly. Remove what you already have there in order to replace the right one. Next up, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and take the exterior image that we created here, and we could even just put this right onto Synapse right here, and then we just definitely need to add a frame because in order for the AI to actually use this image, we need to actually select the frame first. So what we can do here, we can also tell it make it autumn time with cloudy weather. Then we can say make it nighttime to test this as a mood, and then we can also say make it winter time snowing. Then we can click send. Now we're gonna have 3 different moods that we can kind of test out immediately. And then right here, we also have the wintertime snowing, which looks a bit weird because the actual roofs are full of snow, but nothing's in the road. So now the winter image is a bit more correct because we have snow on the road as well as snow in trees. The bushes do not look like it's in wintertime, which looks very weird, but we can also tell it, make the bushes and all vegetation look like wintertime. We can click send. So now this should be the right mood. This looks fine overall. What I would say is we can just tell it to turn off sunlight and make it raining. Now right here we have an issue because the AI seems to have trouble to remove the sunlight, because once it's been set, it's a lot harder to do it. However, what we can do is we can go back. So this is a bit better. We can try on this one, for example. We can tell it to make it nighttime. And let's see if it actually takes off the sun, because this one is already cloudy. And going from this to nighttime is a lot harder than going from this to nighttime as well. So, I mean, after you spend some credits and after you've used AI for a while, you kind of understand the behavior that it has and what it kind of prefers. And we finally have a good nighttime render here, which looks awesome. So in this video, we went on how we can go from just a screenshot from SketchUp for interior render to something realistic and very good looking like this one and this one as well, and how we can also go from a 2D floor plan to realistic 3D renders like the ones right here, which are all in real scale as well, and also testing out different moves, attaching materials and everything else. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see a full course on how I use AI for architecture, you can go ahead and watch the video right here.